Yes, it is Q&A time for April, and I'm so proud of myself. How consistent have I been with the Q&As? But thank you everyone who has asked these questions. Now, firstly, if you're unfamiliar with how to ask a question for Q&A, I generally put out a request on my Instagram story, so make sure you're following my account on Instagram, theclosetbyconnor_, or on my YouTube community page, which you need to be subscribed to be able to see that request. So if you have not already subscribed, please click down below and do so. Thank you so much everyone for all these questions, and there were a lot of Singapore inquiries for my upcoming trip, so I'll answer all of those ones in this video. But let's jump on in. But firstly, if you are new here, my name is Connor, and on my channel I like to talk about all things luxury, so if that's something you're into, I'd love it if you could hit the subscribe button down below. I am very close to 6,000 subscribers, so why don't you help me get there a lot quicker so I don't have to work as hard. And if you are returning, welcome back to my channel. So I will start with the questions from my YouTube community page, and this first one is from Samantha Lee. She's asked, any updates on the career search? Hope things are going well. Thank you, Samantha. The career search is a long, ongoing process. In a nutshell, I'm looking to change industries, and with that, you're basically trying to prove to the place you're applying that all of the skills you have are transferable in the job that they're advertising for, and why they should pick you over somebody that has experience in that industry. Obviously, that is something that is hard to do, and I guess if I was hiring someone, I would always try to get someone that has direct experience. So it takes time. I have actually called one place because Dale suggested just call them instead of emailing or applying. I did do that, and they were kind of like, why are you calling us? Just send an email. So so it's just one of those things that takes time. I didn't think it would be something that would be easy. I knew that it would be, you know, an ongoing process. Hopefully when the new financial year starts in July, you know, budgets and stuff are opened up for businesses to hire again. So hopefully it just happens, but it's one of those things that takes time, like consistency, and hopefully it just falls into place. I'm not, what's the word, like, demotivated. I am motivated, and when jobs come up I'm always applying for. I have all the alerts on, so I've just got to play the waiting game, and I guess anytime you're switching industries, that's just what you've got to do. But I'm staying confident, staying hopeful. Next question is from Cara Laukalor. Sorry, Cara. I'm sorry, it's not your name, it's me. She's asked, you've won a $100,000 shopping spree at Hermes and you can bring a friend, but that would split the prize. Do you go alone or do you share the prize? Each extra person evenly shares in the prize pool, so 10 friends would be $10,000 each. This isn't a judgment question. I'm definitely going alone because my friends and family aren't interested in luxury. Cara, you are a winner then. Take the 100,000, girl. Go for gold. I would probably, and this is honestly what I would do, I would split it with Dale. You're welcome, Dale. So we'd get $50,000 each. We would have fun doing it. Like I can just see us in there trying to buy the most outlandish things. But yeah, I would probably do 50,000. In my head, that means I would probably spend 25,000, so probably half of that amount buying all the shit that you've got to buy in Hermes. And I probably would, like with shoes and homeware stuff, I probably would easily get to that. And then the other 25,000 I would ask for a bag, or hopefully they'd have a bag in there. The two bags that are actually on my, not Hermes wish list, but just in general that I would want from Hermes is the 24-24 bag in the 29 centimeter size, in like Togo leather. And the other one is the Hermes Getter bag. So they're not quota bags, they're things that they most likely would have in stock or would be able to get easily. But the pre-spend would probably sweeten the deal. So that's probably what I would do. And Dale, you're bloody welcome, me being a generous luxury humanitarian. Next question is from EA1420. They've asked thoughts on the row, aside from the fact they are boring, worth the price quality. Look, in terms of boring, I probably, if I were to categorize my style, I probably would be more drawn to things that are like quiet luxury. But the Row, I just feel like they're not worth the price. They're incredibly expensive for what it is. The quality, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about them being low quality. I would assume that they're a certain standard of quality because they are an expensive brand, but ultimately I feel like if you are looking at quiet luxury bags or stuff that is low branded, low branding, or you know what I mean, there's a lot like Bottega Veneta, for example. That to me is a quiet luxury brand which does have good quality. I actually just consigned a Bottega bag. I can't remember, is it a caddy bag? I'll put a photo of it up here. And just looking at it objectively, it is great quality. Like the leather is great quality, the craftsmanship, you know, feet on the bottom of the bag for a bag of this caliber price. You know, it's the little things that get us happy. So stuff like that, I feel like if you're into something low branded, there's a lot better options out there. And the Row, yeah, I just think, you know, you've really got to love it if you're wanting to spend that kind of money on it. And ultimately, you probably would find a contemporary brand that's 1/8 of the cost for the same look of that bag. So I just don't think their designs are synonymous enough for someone to, you know, if you know, you know. It's just not there yet. That's just my opinion. In Australia, you're not going to see a lot of the Row bags. Maybe in America, maybe in Europe, it might be a bit more prominent, but yeah, I don't know. The Row to me is like wearing wet socks. Like, it's just not fun. No one enjoys wet socks. Or like flat soft drink. Like, imagine drinking Pepsi Max that is flat. It is like, no one likes that. Next question is from Rosa Hinson. She's asked, what is the #1 thing you want to do / see when you go to Singapore? I'm excited for Singapore because, first of all, I love just time off work, a holiday, some Connor relaxation time. And because the flight to Singapore from Brisbane, it's like 7.5 hours, I'm not dreading, you know, oh God, I have to get through the flying time first, like going to Europe. So I'm excited just for a nice kind of Asian relaxing getaway. Singapore to me is like the Asian Dubai. So it's, you know, shopping and like catching up with people that I know. It's just a more relaxing kind of holiday. So I'm excited for that part. I'm excited to see Raina, who has been amazing. She's, you know, picked at restaurants for us to go to that are a bit more accustomed to my fussy eating. So she's been so good, like sending over the menus and stuff like that, because, you know, we all know Connor is a fussy eater. So I'm excited more just for the social part of it like that. I do want to go to Universal Studios as well, and I do want to see like the gardens and all of the pretty things in Singapore. Is it Haji Lane? Haji Lane? I'm not sure how you say it. I think it's Haji, because it looks really pretty. Just going with the flow as well. So I'm excited more so just for the holiday in general, and I will be vlogging, so you guys will get to see, you know, what I get up to. So you're welcome. Next question is from Kaylee Carroll. She has asked, when are you going to Singapore and are you going to get a bag when you're there? Do you like Asian food? And if you do, what's your favorite? I'm going to Singapore at the beginning of June, so we're like a month away at this point. I do want to get a bag. I've got a few different options or things that I just want to have a look at. So I'm not going to have my heart set on one thing, because as we all know, that just leads to disappointment. You know, there'll be time for shopping and stuff like that. And if there's something that I have on my little list, I will, I'll get it. I might do like a shopping wish list thing for Singapore, maybe closer, or do like a, you know, pack my bags, what I want to look at in Singapore video closer to it. So keep an eye out for that. I'll definitely do something. Do I like Asian food? Look, I am a fussy eater, okay? We all know this. So I'm not a massive Asian food person, but I do like seafood and I do like fish. So I'm open, okay? I'm not gonna be like what I would be like here, where I'm just like, no, I'm ordering the same thing. I will be open, I promise, and I will try something, you know, authentic, and I'll film it to prove it, okay? But I'll try to be adventurous, okay? I promise. The next question is from, I'm not sure what your actual name is, but YouTube's calling you user RH1DR6KJ6U, pretty gnome. What is your opinion on carrying an expensive designer bag whilst pairing it with high street clothing? Does one elevate the other, or is it the opposite? Do cheap clothes bring the bag down? Should high-end bags be paired with high-end clothing for an overall look? Is it sufficient just to mix and match with one high-end piece? I think the two are not mutually exclusive with each other. If you wear head to toe ready to wear and, I don't know, a contemporary bag or high street clothing with a luxury brand bag, I think I guess the element of style comes with how you dress for yourself in general, and then the bag, I think, shouldn't be the missing puzzle piece in the look. The bag should complement your outfit wherever the clothes come from, whether it be high street, whether it come from, I don't know, Kmart, David Jones, whether it comes from a luxury brand. I think a lot of time you'll see people who are wearing clothes that they've just bought because it's either a trending kind of look or the color is trending, but it actually doesn't go with their style and they look uncomfortable or they look like they're trying too hard. And I think when you notice people who have great style, everything just works. Everything encapsulates the features that they have, it encapsulates their body, the colors look great on them, and I don't think it matters where the clothes or the brands of the clothes where it comes from. I think it all just looks how it looks, and you know, you can just tell with people when they have inherent style. It just goes. Now, with regards to the bag, I think the bag should be something that's picked at the end, or if you have a bag that you really want to wear with your outfit, it looks like it all kind of works. It's not something you've picked the bag last minute, you're trying to force it into the outfit. I think it's just one of those things that goes with having great style. Do I think I have great style? I think that I dress well for myself. I am on a bit of a style journey where I'm kind of looking at colors and things, and I'm being a bit more accepting of the fact that I can have 30 shades of the colors that I like. I don't need to have a variety of different colors just to have a wardrobe that works for myself. I can have different shades of blue and all different kinds of clothing, and if that's the only clothes that I wear, then that's still good. Those colors like work for myself. So yeah, I think it's style is a journey, and it's all because of Dale, because she did her styling course and she's talks so much about on her channel about clothes that work for herself and colors and shapes and all of that stuff. And whilst I haven't done a styling course, I have started watching more so on TikTok a lot of styling videos from guys. A lot of them though, I might do a separate video on that, on the things that I found, because a lot of them are quite, I don't know, I feel like they put out more damage than good. But in terms of just basics and shapes and stuff like that, I've becoming a lot more confident. So yeah, that was a bit of a tangent, but you know what I'm saying. Great question. Next question, or more of a statement, I guess, from Raindrop Rainer, who is a YouTuber here. I will link her down below. She is a Singapore local, and she's asked, yes to all the Singapore questions. We are going shopping together one way or another, bitch. Girl, yes we are. Thank you so much, Raina, for being my Singapore tour guide, picking all these restaurants for places that I'm pre-approving. It'll be great to catch up with you. And yes, we will definitely be going shopping, because you, my friend, have more bags than I've had hot meals, and I can't wait to see which bag you are going to bring. Hopefully it is your Galusha Peekaboo or one of your Birkins. Now moving on to the Instagram questions, and the first one is from Dale's Addiction. She's asked, loved your cameo on the Luxury Live show. When's your show? Well, Dale is referring to Jerusha was on the Luxury Live show with Kat and Amy, and I called Jerusha like video through Instagram, and I, by osmosis, was on the Luxury Live show through that way. But I will be on the Luxury Live show on the 18th of June, and the topic is going to be denouncing luxury, so I'm very excited to be on there. So make sure you guys all watch then. But I just nudged my way in. If you want something, you gotta ask, right? And the next question is from, Dale is, when are you and the Juge Jerusha doing a collab? We've talked about this a few times, and ultimately what we'll do is it'll be like a Zoom scenario thing, and Jerusha can organise it because, I'll leave that one with her. The next question is from Mrs. Helson1903. She's asked, can you find me a really, really beaten up Birkin? I'm desperate. Look, the really beaten up Birkins that you would find in Australia, they're expensive. Like, you're still looking at $6,000, $7,000, which to me, like, I personally would just rather buy a brand new bag from somewhere than that. I don't think Birkins are a passion project bag. I think a lot of the thing that people love with Birkins, you would lose that getting one that's beaten up. Like, who wants something that's beaten up? Like, it's like getting a tissue that someone's used. It's like, it's just not what it's about. I would just say, save your money, and ultimately you can get a Birkin 35 for 10, 11,000 Australian dollars, which I think is a great price for a Birkin. It's one that's not too old, in great condition, and I think you're better off spending $4,000 more dollars, is that right? $4,000 more to get one that's in great condition versus something that looks like an elephant has sat on it. So that's my opinion on that. Holly Grace Skerritt has asked, if your handbag collection had to derive from one year, which year would it be? Mine would be 95. Well, 95 was a great year, Holly, because that's when I graced the earth with my presence. I stretched out of the uterus, popped my head out and said hello. I actually don't know. I'm trying to think of, like, there's collections that I loved, but the bags from those collections aren't necessarily something I would want. Well, it's hard because a lot of bags that I like come from men's collections, and men collections didn't really exist in bags except in the last, I don't know, 5 years ago, maybe 5 to 10 years ago. So I guess probably Louis Vuitton bags, where they really started collaborating and bringing out the really cool monogram renditions, and that honestly probably was only in the last, like, 2016, 2017, so I'd probably say then, but like, I was alive then. Obviously I was alive then. Like, they were things that I could have purchased, but I just didn't know about them. I didn't know enough about luxury back then, and yeah, so I'd probably say then. Next question is from Claire Louise Lux, who is a YouTuber as well, and I will have her link down below. She's asked, what bag that you have previously said was ugly would you buy if you were forced to? Claire. Like we all know, once you announce that you hate something or you dislike it or you think it's ugly, all of a sudden you fall in love with it. And probably an example that comes to mind is the Bottega cassette bag. I don't think I said it was ugly, but I think I vaguely remember doing a video where I said I would never buy one of those bags because I think that they're like trendy, or I think that they're a design that isn't going to be something that I would like in 2 years' time, or whatever I said, I can't remember. But when I was in Sydney for my birthday and I was with Meredith, we did go into Bottega because I was looking for another kind of cassette bag in denim, and they had this other version in denim that I tried on, and I just loved the way it sat on me. I didn't get any photos, didn't get anything, but I loved the size of it. I think it was the regular cassette. And it was in like this indigo denim color, and I really liked it, and now I can't get it out of my bloody head, and I don't even think they make that one anymore, so it's like old stock. But anyways, I would say that one, because once you say you don't like something, you just fall in love with it. Next question is from Purse.911. They've asked, does your group of YouTubers with Dale and Meredith each consult each other on a purchase? No. Meredith, no. She will buy what she wants to buy, and then we will find out when it's 2 weeks have passed and it's sitting on her floor ready for an unboxing, and she go, I've got to do an unboxing video on this bag that I bought. And we're like, Sorry, what bag? So generally Meredith will do that. I think Meredith, from memory now, she's we've had a few conversations about sharing is caring, because I did get a bit upset that I was not involved in the bag selections, because I love that. I love when people say what they're getting and you're like, ooh. So Meredith's gotten better at that, which is Pisces growth is a very, very big strength, because we do not like to grow. And then Dale, she will share with me, I think. I mean, it depends. She'll more ask me from like a consigner's perspective, like, oh, I'm interested in this bag. Is it a good buy? What should I ask for? So I think more from that kind of perspective. But yeah, I think so. I think we would share. Yeah. But I guess sometimes there's stuff that's like, we'll just buy and not tell, and then when we get it, then we're like, oh, I got this, and we're like, so I don't know if that answers your question, but yeah. Next question is from Belinda Catter, and she's asked, are wicker bags a timeless piece? Thinking of the Prada pannier bag. Thoughts? Well, it's funny you say this. I think a few days ago, I follow one of these like now and then Brisbane city Facebook pages, which shows photos from 30 years ago, 20 years ago. And there was this photo of this woman, sunny day in Brisbane, having a picnic. And she has this, and I'll insert the photo here. She has this like raffia beach kind of tote bag. I sent it to Dale, and it's so funny because style and trends, fashion, bags, clothing, it really does a full 360, and styles always just come back up again. And this bag is something that you would see on a luxury fashion house today. The style of bag, the material bag. So I think ultimately bag styles, whether they stay on trend for a long period of time or a short period of time, it'll come back again full cycle. So I think that if you really like a kind of material or a design or something, you should just get it, because it's always going to be relevant again. Even if you use it for a few years, put it in your cupboard and then take it out again in a few years after, you know, you might be the person that starts the trend again, so you never know. Lux Daddies has asked, give us a love life update. There is nothing to update on. I don't know, the longer that I am single, the more I enjoy my own company, and I'm almost threatened by, if I were to be in a relationship with someone, I would miss the things that I have being by myself. Like, I love my own company, I live by myself, I spend 90% of my time by myself, and unless I'm, like, the reality of it is, unless you're in a relationship with somebody, everything you really do, apart from socializing or going to work, it's by yourself. So because you're always doing that, you get comfortable with your own, you know, your own time. I am not somebody that needs the company of somebody else to be complete. I think I'm an independent person. I'm almost scared that if I do become in a relationship with somebody, I'll lose a lot of that freedom. But the only thing I really want is, the singles tax is real. Like, everything is so expensive. Like, when you're in a couple, you're like, the premiums you're paying on electricity and internet, like all of your bills, like it's only a few, you know, tens of dollars more for the usage of two people versus it by yourself. So I'm like, I just want to be with someone so my bills are cheaper, but I don't think that's the right attitude. But no, there is no update on the love life. I am, you know, dinner for one and no problems. Chris has asked, when are you coming to Melbourne, and can we do a wardrobe tour, please? Wardrobe tour, no, that would be an incredibly boring video. I'd be like, here's my clothes, and it'd just be like blue, blue, white, black, grey, blue, 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 white, grey, so definitely not. And Melbourne, oh my god, I've been saying this for like a year now. I think, when did I go to Melbourne last? Like 2022, I think. I want to go to Melbourne, but you know, I'm going to Singapore, and then when I come back from Singapore, I'll probably book a European holiday. I don't know. I want to go, but it's just like, coulda, shoulda, woulda. I need to just like do it. It's like 2 hours away. I don't know why I'm making it. Not even 2 hours away. I don't know why I'm making it, dragging my feet, but I do want to go to Melbourne. Watch this space. And the last question is from Dean Villarante. He's asked, what's your luxury goal? Any specific items? I mean, ultimately, I would love a Birkin, either 35, 40 in my collection, preferably a 40 at some point, but it's not a bag that I would use all of the time, like that kind of big open tote in a bigger size. So it's not something where I'm like, oh, I got to get that, got to get that. The benefit of the 35 or a 40 size is because they're not the in-demand desirable trend size, you can get them way below retail in amazing condition, great color combos, especially in like the Asian market. So, I've seen perfect Birkins for $12,000, $10,000, but I'm just not motivated to pull the trigger on that because it's not something that I would get and be like, oh wow, I can get the use out of it. It's just not that. Like, I would rather get another Peekaboo for the same price because I know it's something that I will use. But it's on the wish list, just long term. And I say it like it's only $10,000. Obviously, it's a lot of money to spend on a bag, but it's definitely something that's not unattainable. It's something that I could easily purchase, but whenever I see them come up for sale, I'm not just like, oh my god, perfect. I'm kind of just like, oh yeah, that's a great price, great bag, but I feel like, do I want it in my collection because it is a Birkin? But then I'm like, no, like, I fell in love with luxury from Hermes originally. That episode of Sex and the City is what started it, so I do want it, but I'm just waiting. Like, I feel like when I know, it's when I fell in love. Yeah. Does that answer your question? I'll probably fucking buy one now because I've made this big song and dance about it. But that's what I would love in my collection at some point. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Thank you so much for everyone who had sent in questions for the Q&A. Keep an eye out for the next time I put a request out, so make sure you're following my Instagram account, theclosetbyconnor_, or subscribing to my YouTube channel so you can see my community page posts. But yeah, thank you so much. Bring on the trip to Singapore. We're like 4 weeks away now, and I'm freaking excited because who does not look forward to going on holidays, right? But yeah, I hope to see you all very shortly in my next video.